Doctors warn older women. These 7 mistakes keep older women smelling like urine. It is a subtle, unwelcome phenomenon that many women encounter as they navigate their golden years. A persistent, faint odor, sometimes reminiscent of urine, that seems to shadow them despite diligent efforts at personal hygiene. This isn't an uncommon challenge. In fact, for women over 60, it's a shared experience, often stemming from everyday habits that, while seemingly innocuous, can subtly undermine one's sense of freshness and confidence. There is absolutely no need for embarrassment, as this is a widespread concern, and crucially, there are practical, doctor-recommended solutions available. This comprehensive guide will illuminate 7 pervasive yet often overlooked mistakes that could be contributing to this issue, offering profound insights and actionable strategies to help you maintain impeccable hygiene, comfort, and an unwavering sense of self-assurance throughout your later life. These insights, once understood, will feel like a long-awaited revelation, prompting a wish that you had discovered them sooner. The first crucial area to address, one that is frequently encountered by older women but seldom openly discussed, is the reality of light bladder leakage. This isn't the dramatic, panic-inducing, full-blown accident that sends one rushing to the nearest restroom. Rather, it refers to those small, almost imperceptible leaks that can occur during seemingly ordinary moments. It might be a hearty laugh shared with a dear friend, an unexpected sneeze during the peak of allergy season, or a quick, sudden movement while carrying a bag of groceries. For too long, many, including myself, have dismissed these instances as isolated occurrences, easily rationalized away. It's just a fluke, we might tell ourselves, or perhaps I simply had too much tea today. However, as the years unfold, these little moments accumulate, and with them, an undeniable shift begins to manifest. A faint yet persistent odor that appears to cling to one's person, irrespective of how meticulously clean one believes oneself to be. Initially, the blame is often cast far and wide. The laundry detergent, the general effects of aging, or even the fabric of a favorite armchair. It rarely occurs to us that the true origin of this subtle, unsettling scent might reside in our very undergarments. The stark truth is that even a minute amount of urine from these light leaks can seep into clothing, underwear, trousers, or even upholstered furniture, creating a covert breeding ground for bacteria. When clothes are merely hung back in the closet or tossed over a chair with the intention of re-wearing them under the mistaken belief that they are still fine, this seemingly minor oversight becomes a significant problem. That tiny trace of moisture, warmed by body heat, provides an ideal environment for bacteria to flourish. And where bacteria thrive, unpleasant odors inevitably follow. The situation is further complicated by the natural decline in our sense of smell as we age, meaning we might not even detect the problem, while those around us potentially do. A memorable, albeit mortifying incident at a family gathering brought this reality into sharp focus when a thoughtful daughter-in-law gently suggested a change of sweater due to a faint, couch-like smell. It was an uncomfortable yet necessary wake-up call. Medical professionals unequivocally stress that light bladder leakage, regardless of its infrequency, should never be ignored. Its implications extend far beyond mere inconvenience, touching upon fundamental aspects of hygiene and personal confidence. Fortunately, the solutions available do not necessitate a complete lifestyle overhaul. The advent of moisture-wicking underwear specifically designed for light leaks or the use of thin, discreet incontinence liners can be truly transformative. These products are engineered to be unobtrusive, comfortable, and integrate seamlessly into daily routines. Embracing liners, for instance, can feel like a profound rediscovery of confidence. The constant apprehension about a faint odor when leaning in for a hug or sitting through a prolonged meeting simply evaporates. And regarding the pervasive feeling of embarrassment, it is deeply understood how difficult it can be to acknowledge the need for such products. Yet, the true embarrassment often arises when others perceive an odor of which we ourselves are blissfully unaware. The wish to have been informed years ago, to have someone impart the simple truth, "This is normal and there's an easy fix," resonates powerfully. Thus, The message is conveyed now unequivocally. Do not ignore those minor leaks. Safeguard your dignity, uphold your hygiene, and preserve your peace of mind with the aid of appropriate accessible tools. The second common oversight pertains to the choice of cleansing agents, specifically using the wrong soaps. For many years, the unwavering conviction was that the secret to maintaining pristine freshness lay in vigorously scrubbing the skin with the most potent, most fragrantly intense soap available. Bathroom shelves often boasted a veritable kaleidoscope of supermarket body washes: lavender bliss, coconut paradise, ocean mist, and countless others. The underlying logic was deceptively simple. If it possessed a powerful scent and left the skin feeling impeccably squeaky clean, it must inherently be effective, right? This belief, it turned out, was profoundly mistaken. It took an unfortunately long time to grasp that these heavily perfumed soaps and body washes were, in fact, exacerbating the very issues they were intended to prevent, particularly as one progressed into older age. The aging process brings about subtle, yet significant changes to our skin that are not always immediately apparent. It tends to become thinner, drier, and considerably more sensitive, especially in intimate areas. Following menopause, the once beloved harsh, fragrance-laden soaps began to systematically strip away the skin's natural protective oils, rendering it irritated and alarmingly vulnerable. Worse still, they actively disrupted the body's delicate pH balance, inadvertently cultivating an environment where undesirable bacteria could flourish unimpeded. It was at this juncture that elusive odors began to insidiously creep in, not as a consequence of insufficient cleanliness, but rather because the skin was engaged in a losing battle against relentless irritation. A vivid recollection involves standing before the mirror, freshly showered, only to detect a faint, musty scent by midday. The initial impression was that every step was being correctly followed, liberally applying the floral-scented body wash and scrubbing with the fervent intensity typically reserved for a stubborn cast-iron skillet. It was a humbling realization to discover that these earnest efforts were, in fact, counterproductive. A frank and illuminating discussion with a doctor ultimately served as a pivotal turning point. The medical explanation elucidated that as we age, our skin, particularly in its more sensitive regions, demands gentle, nurturing care, not an aggressive assault from heavily fragranced cleansing agents. The prescribed advice was straightforward: transition to a mild, unscented soap, or in certain contexts, simply utilize warm water. Initial skepticism was natural. Warm water and nothing else? However, the recommendation was adopted, replacing the vibrant tropical breeze body wash with a fragrance-free, hypoallergenic cleanser. Within a mere week, a noticeable and welcome difference emerged. The skin felt significantly calmer, less irritated, and that persistent midday musty smell vanished entirely. There was no longer a perceived necessity to freshen up every few hours or to liberally douse oneself in perfume in a desperate attempt to mask an underlying scent. It was nothing short of a revelation. Occasionally, the true secret to smelling unequivocally clean does not involve the addition of more fragrance, but rather the judicious removal of the primary cause of the problem. For those still reaching for those heavily fragranced soaps, heed this counsel. Less is undeniably more, and your skin will express its gratitude in myriad ways. The third critical habit to reconsider involves forgetting to change liners and pads regularly. This particular insight is especially pertinent for individuals who incorporate liners or pads into their daily routine. Whether due to light bladder leakage, the natural physiological shifts accompanying postmenopausal life, or simply for an added layer of comfort and security. It was a common practice, for instance, to insert a liner into underwear first thing in the morning and then, quite frankly, completely forget about its presence for the remainder of the day. The internal rationale was compellingly simple. If it didn't feel overtly soaked, then it was still perfectly serviceable. Moreover, such products represent a recurring expense, and who would want to deplete an entire pack within a single week? Yet, what was not understood then and is now profoundly clear is that even when a liner or pad appears and feels dry to the touch on its surface, it is continuously absorbing minute quantities of moisture throughout the day. This perpetually warm, moist environment creates an absolutely ideal, highly conducive breeding ground for bacteria. These bacteria, in turn, inexorably lead to the development of odors that accumulate slowly, subtly, but with undeniable certainty over time. A faint yet distinctly sour smell would often become noticeable by evening, especially on particularly active days involving numerous errands or extended social engagements with friends. This phenomenon invariably fostered a palpable sense of self-consciousness, prompting second-guessing during every embrace or intimate conversation in a crowded setting. Clothes would be surreptitiously checked, jackets subtly sniffed, and even doubts about the efficacy of deodorant would begin to surface. It wasn't until a direct consultation with a doctor that the unvarnished truth was revealed. Liners and pads necessitate changing every few hours, even in instances where they do not appear to be visibly full. This practice is not about being wasteful. It is fundamentally about safeguarding the delicate skin in intimate areas and actively preventing the accumulation of odors. Bacteria are indifferent to the superficial cleanliness of a liner. They actively thrive within that unseen, hidden moisture. Adopting a more disciplined and regular changing routine proved to be an absolute game changer. Furthermore, the discovery of reusable, washable liners offered an equally beneficial alternative, proving not only to be more economically sound, but also considerably gentler on the skin. The new routine involved carrying a small, discreet pouch containing a few extra liners in a purse, allowing for quick and private changes throughout the day, irrespective of whether one was at work or socializing with friends. The transformation was profound and immediate. The pervasive sour scent completely vanished, replaced by a sustained feeling of freshness and heightened confidence from the very first moments of the morning until the quiet of night. Therefore, if the habit persists of wearing the same liner from breakfast to bedtime, it is unequivocally time for a significant reevaluation of that practice. Your skin unequivocally deserves superior care, and the tangible difference will be felt when hygiene is prioritized over mere convenience. The fourth significant factor to consider is the ubiquitous presence of synthetic underwear. For an extended period, the underwear drawer of many, including my own, was replete with those incredibly soft, undeniably stretchy synthetic panties so readily available in almost every department store. They were commendably affordable, rarely rolled up uncomfortably, and came in an appealing array of cute colors and patterns. It seemed at the time that the ultimate secret to comfort had been unlocked. This perception persisted until a disconcerting realization began to dawn. Regardless of the frequency of showers or changes, a persistent sensation of dampness and discomfort pervaded down there, even on refreshingly cool days. What was even more troubling was the development of a faint yet annoyingly persistent odor that seemed to cling to the body, impervious to liberal applications of body spray. The cause remained elusive. Was it the laundry detergent, a change in diet? The answers evaded discovery until a routine visit to the doctor finally provided the unequivocal explanation. Synthetic underwear was the primary culprit. Fabrics such as polyester or nylon, while undeniably soft to the touch and undeniably stylish in appearance, possess inherent properties that render them utterly dreadful for breathability. They actively trap heat and moisture against the skin, creating an ideal, almost tropical microclimate for bacteria to proliferate rapidly. This issue is particularly exacerbated if one is contending with light bladder leakage or the various natural physiological changes that accompany aging, such as post-menopausal dryness or increased sensitivity. The doctor's advice, while remarkably simple, was profoundly eye-opening. Switch to cotton, always cotton. Admittedly, a slight roll of the eyes may have occurred internally at the suggestion. Cotton underwear? That sounded like a sartorial choice belonging firmly to an earlier generation. Plain, undeniably boring, and certainly not cute. Nevertheless, a decision was made to embrace the recommendation. The entire drawer was cleared, and an investment was made in a substantial stack of 100% cotton underwear, primarily in neutral hues. The transformation was instantaneous and palpable. Cotton, by its very nature, is a highly breathable fabric. It efficiently absorbs moisture and allows for continuous air circulation, which collectively ensures that everything remains dry and comfortably aerated. The unpleasant, sticky, damp sensation halfway through the day became a relic of the past. The laundry no longer carried a strange, unidentifiable smell. And, perhaps most significantly, a newfound confidence emerged. A sense of self-assurance whose previous absence had gone largely unnoticed. Encouragingly, cotton underwear is now readily available in a diverse range of styles that are every bit as comfortable and flattering as their synthetic predecessors, unequivocally proving that functionality need not be sacrificed at the altar of style. If those shiny, stretchy synthetic panties are still being clung to due to familiarity or perceived affordability, doing oneself the immense favor of making the switch is paramount. Your skin, your olfactory senses, and your overall confidence will undoubtedly express their profound gratitude. True comfort, devoid of undesirable odors, is perennially in vogue. The fifth critical habit that demands scrutiny is the insufficient intake of water. For many years, a misguided and almost embarrassingly simplistic belief guided personal hydration choices. Drinking less water was perceived as a clever, tactical strategy to more effectively manage daily routines. The logic, as it existed, was straightforward. Consuming less water would naturally necessitate fewer trips to the bathroom, thereby sparing the inconvenience and potential embarrassment of needing to relieve oneself during social outings, lengthy car journeys, or important gatherings. It appeared to be an eminently practical solution, particularly as one aged and began to notice the onset of occasional bladder sensitivity. Less water consumed, less urgency experienced, or so the flawed theory went. In the confines of the mind, it represented a foolproof scheme to maintain control and meticulously avoid potentially awkward situations. What remained entirely unappreciated at the time was that this particular approach was catastrophically backfiring in myriad ways that had simply not been anticipated. By deliberately curtailing water intake, an unwitting path was being paved toward a cascade of problems that extended far beyond mere inconvenience. Dehydration, as it turns out, does not merely induce thirst, it fundamentally alters the intricate ways in which your body operates. One of the most astonishing and unanticipated consequences was its profound impact on personal hygiene. Specifically the discernible odor of urine. When the body is deprived of adequate water, urine becomes highly concentrated, its color deepens dramatically, sometimes to a profound amber, and it develops a pungent, sharply distinct smell that becomes virtually impossible to ignore. This is not just a minor irritation, it is a clear, unmistakable signal that your body is not receiving the essential fluids it requires to efficiently flush out metabolic waste. Even more concerning is that concentrated urine does not remain confined solely within the bladder. Even a minute leak, whether triggered by a moment of genuine laughter, a sudden cough, or merely a transient weakness in bladder control, can leave behind a lingering, pervasive odor that steadfastly clings to the skin, permeates clothing fibers, and can even subtly embed itself into the furniture upon which one sits. This hard-learned lesson unfolded over time. For a considerable period, the faint yet persistent smell was attributed fatalistically to the inexorable process of aging. "This is just an inevitable part of growing older," was the resigned internal monologue, embracing the disheartening notion that one's own body was in some way betraying itself. A profound sense of self-consciousness pervaded, leading to constant discreet checks and an inclination to avoid close contact with others, perpetually anxious that they might perceive something off. The decisive turning point arrived when a conscious decision was made to experimentally increase water consumption. not by ingesting enormous quantities, but rather by cultivating a steady habit of sipping a glass here and there throughout the course of each day. The ensuing change was nothing short of miraculous. Within a matter of days, a noticeable lightening in the color of the urine occurred, often becoming almost perfectly clear, and that sharp, distinctly unpleasant odor began its discernible retreat. Yet the benefits extended far beyond merely olfactory improvements. The skin, which had gradually acquired a dull and tired appearance, seemed to visibly regain a measure of its natural glow. A heightened sense of energy replaced the previous sluggishness. It was as though the body was expressing its profound gratitude for finally receiving the fundamental sustenance it desperately required. Drinking more water, it became unequivocally clear, accomplishes far more than simply assuaging thirst. It actively assists the kidneys in their vital function of filtering out toxins, ensures the smooth and efficient operation of the entire urinary system, and effectively prevents the buildup of harmful waste products within the body. It can be likened to giving one's internal systems a thorough and invigorating rinse, meticulously flushing out impurities and maintaining optimal physiological functioning. For those who frequently harbor anxieties about bladder leaks or the necessity of frequent bathroom visits, the pervasive fear of accidents can, paradoxically, make adequate hydration feel like an inherent risk. However, it was discovered that with a modicum of forward planning, such as the strategic use of highly absorbent liners, consciously scheduling regular bathroom breaks, or even diligently practicing pelvic floor exercises, it is entirely possible to remain optimally hydrated without making any sacrifice in personal confidence. To deny your body water is tantamount to depriving it of a most basic and essential necessity. This issue transcends mere hygiene. It is intrinsically linked to fundamental health, enduring comfort, and the ability to consistently feel one's absolute best. Therefore, embrace that extra glass of water without hesitation. Your body will unequivocally thank you in ways that you might never have anticipated. The sixth common habit that often goes unaddressed is sitting for extended periods without adequate freshening up. To be candid, following retirement, daily life often assumes a noticeably slower, more sedentary rhythm. Hours can effortlessly evaporate while engrossed in the captivating narrative of a compelling book, engaging in a marathon session of favorite television shows, or meticulously deciphering crossword puzzles in the morning newspaper. Some days, the cozy embrace of a nightgown might extend well past noon, luxuriating in the newfound freedom from external obligations and the relentless demands of a structured schedule. It feels in essence like a richly deserved luxury after decades spent rushing through the ceaseless current of life. However, what often remains unacknowledged is that this very sedentary lifestyle can inadvertently generate an unforeseen problem, one that impinges not just upon physical comfort, but also, more profoundly, upon one's very sense of self. When individuals remain seated for prolonged durations, particularly while enveloped in warm, snug clothing or cushioned upon soft, padded chairs, a specific microenvironment is created in the pelvic area, one that is inherently warm, notably humid, and far from ideal for maintaining optimal hygiene. Sweat, the body's natural skin oils, and even the minuscule contributions from minor bladder leaks can progressively accumulate in this confined region, especially in the absence of regular movement or periodic freshening. Over time, this confluence of moisture and warmth evolves into a perfect, thriving breeding ground for bacteria, ultimately leading to the development of odors that no amount of body spray or perfume can effectively or sustainably mask. Initially, these subtle changes often go unnoticed. It is a natural human tendency to gradually adapt to incremental shifts within one's own body. Yet, the odor, once it manifests, transcends the realm of minor inconvenience. It becomes a subtle but persistently unsettling reminder that something is amiss. The pivotal moment that irrevocably altered this perspective arrived during a cherished visit from a granddaughter. As she climbed onto the lap for a customary cuddle, with the unvarnished, innate honesty characteristic of a child, she wrinkled her nose ever so slightly and remarked, "Grandma, you smell like something wet." A profound sinking sensation gripped the heart, not because the innocent observation was intended to wound, but precisely because its raw truthfulness struck an intensely personal nerve. She was unequivocally correct. Unwittingly, a slide had occurred into habits that were subtly compromising personal dignity, and the realization was undeniably painful. That innocent remark served as a potent wake-up call, compelling a thorough re-evaluation of the entire daily routine. Consequently, a conscious and deliberate effort is now made to punctuate prolonged periods of sitting, even if this merely involves a short stroll to the kitchen to replenish a water glass or a quick series of stretches in the living room. Regular movement is prioritized, with an aim to rise and move every hour or so. More significantly, a dedicated midday hygiene routine has been meticulously integrated. A swift wash with warm water and a soft, clean cloth takes but a minute, yet it delivers an immeasurable difference in felt freshness. Furthermore, it is now an inviolable rule to change into fresh clothes daily, even on those days when one has not ventured beyond the threshold of the house. These seemingly small yet deeply impactful adjustments have profoundly restored a sense of confidence and an invaluable feeling of self-respect. This is not driven by a pursuit of vanity or a desire to impress others. It is fundamentally about cultivating a profound and dignified form of self-care. Your body unequivocally deserves this meticulous attention, regardless of how comforting and luxurious those long, unhurried, lazy days might initially feel. Finally, we arrive at the often neglected domain of the laundry routine, specifically concerning intimate garments. This is a topic seldom discussed openly. The meticulous care of underwear, lounge pants, and the comfortable nightgowns one slips into night after night, often because they don't look dirty. It must be admitted there was a period of laxity in this particular department. If a pair of lounge pants or a nightgown did not exhibit overt stains or an immediately discernible smell, the assumption was that they were perfectly acceptable for another wear. Why unnecessarily augment the laundry pile? This seemed like a pragmatic and efficient choice, particularly on those days spent largely puttering around the house without significant activity. However, with the passage of time and the wisdom of aging, a crucial realization dawned. One's body and one's clothes no longer adhere to the same rules as before. Even garments that visually appeared immaculate began to subtly carry a faint, lingering odor after merely a few hours of wear. It was not an overpowering stench, but it was sufficiently perceptible to induce a sense of self-consciousness. One might don a freshly laundered pair of pants, only to catch a whiff of something by mid-morning that provoked an internal query. Is that me, or is it the clothes? The answer, as it turned out, was frequently both. Medical and hygiene experts elucidate that bacteria originating from sweat, minor bladder leaks, and even the skin's natural oils possess the remarkable ability to embed themselves deeply within fabric fibers, particularly in tight-fitting or synthetic materials such as polyester or spandex. These materials, unlike breathable cotton, do not facilitate adequate air circulation, thereby trapping moisture and odors directly against the skin. The problem is exacerbated if these items are not subjected to a thorough and effective washing regimen. Standard laundry cycles, especially those utilizing cold water or overly mild detergents, may prove insufficient in fully eliminating these tenacious bacteria or the insidious odors they produce. Consequently, over time, even ostensibly clean clothes can develop a pervasive musty smell that steadfastly clings to the wearer throughout the day, effectively undermining the clean, fresh sensation derived from a shower. The persistent question lingered: why did the feeling of cleanliness remain elusive despite diligent personal efforts? It was not until a complete overhaul of the laundry routine was implemented that the extent to which clothes were working against personal hygiene became starkly clear. Now, a meticulous approach defines laundry habits. Underwear, lounge pants, and nightgowns are washed separately in hot water, with the strategic addition of a splash of white vinegar to the cycle. White vinegar acts as a powerful natural deodorizer and an effective agent for neutralizing odors and eradicating bacteria. Crucially, meticulous attention is paid to ensuring that everything is completely and thoroughly dried. Damp clothes are an absolute blueprint for mustiness. Moreover, these intimate items are never reworn without first undergoing a complete wash cycle, regardless of their apparent cleanliness. While this revised routine undeniably demands a bit more effort and time, the dividends it pays are immeasurable. There is an undeniable, quiet confidence that emanates from the certain knowledge that one smells genuinely fresh, that one's clothes are truly clean, and that one is consistently presenting their most authentic and well-cared-for self to the world. This extends beyond mere adherence to hygiene standards. It is profoundly about reclaiming control over how one feels within their own skin. Trust implicitly in the fact that a little extra diligence in the laundry room can and will make all the tangible difference. Ladies, we have comprehensively navigated a rich tapestry of insights designed to empower you to maintain an unwavering sense of freshness, confidence, and comfort during your golden years. From strategically addressing the subtle challenges of light bladder leaks through the judicious selection of appropriate underwear, to making informed choices about gentle, skin-friendly soaps, prioritizing consistent hydration, and meticulously refining your laundry routine, these 7 crucial tips collectively form a robust framework aimed at empowering you to take definitive control of your personal hygiene and to consistently feel your absolute best every single day. It is sincerely hoped that these discussions have opened your eyes to the profound impact that seemingly minor adjustments can have on your overall well-being and the dignified way in which you carry yourself. Your thoughts and reflections are eagerly anticipated. What is the single most significant takeaway you have gleaned from today's discussion that you are enthusiastic about integrating into your own daily life? Perhaps it is the commitment to transitioning to breathable cotton underwear, or the resolution to change liners with greater frequency, or even the simple yet powerful act of ensuring that extra glass of water is consistently consumed. Please share your insights and experiences in the comments below, allowing us to collectively inspire and uplift one another through our shared narratives and practical advice. If this content has resonated with you, please do leave your thoughts below, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for a continuous stream of practical, heartfelt guidance specifically tailored to the unique needs and experiences of seniors. Until our next conversation, continue to cherish and nurture your body, for it is never too late to cultivate confidence and to care for yourself with the profound dignity you so unequivocally deserve.